Hello, I'm Karen and this is my video of my Stone Age treasures. This is one of those ones where I've found all these different things and I don't even know where to begin. Actually, I'll begin with this one. This is my most favourite piece. If we can see this, actually I've got a piece of paper towel so you can see that better. Look, this is like a little tiny pendant made out of some flint. So I'm quite sure that this is a Stone Age tool of some sort, maybe because I don't know much about these sorts of things. I can't tell you exactly what everything is for, but this one I think is one of the arrowheads. This is another one of my favourite pieces because this is actually being worked all the way around, all of its edges. Even on these top edges there's little tiny pieces of I've watched the video so that you can see what they call it, flint napping. So I just wanted you to see, so you can see that I personally, from my little collection of treasures, can see that my ancestors were very artistic. We have a nice heart and we've got triangles. I've got lots of triangles, diamonds. I've got another one of those in my collection which I haven't got on the video. Circles, little bell shapes. I've got lots of them that have got these strange little, it looks like a Y. Have a look at that on it. Now I don't know whether it was just nature that made these or whether they've actually been carved into, but I thought, even if nature did make them, when it comes to being educational in the Stone Age days, then these ones have got little crosses on. I don't know if you can see that. Some of them are very delicate and they're really hard to see of what the markings are on them. This one's also got a cross on it. So I thought I'll share them. It's like this one here, look. I don't know. I've put the paper towel behind. I don't know whether these little tiny dots here was made by a creature in the sea or something. I don't know, but to me they're my little dice pieces, because this one's got 4 of the little circle dots on it, and something strange on the bottom. And then I came across these ones. If you can see there, look, they've got the red little markings on them, these little tiny dots. This one I think is cute because it looks like someone's painted a little face, 2 little red dots there. But this one's actually got traces of fossils inside there. Excuse me. Talking of fossils, this one here, I'm trying to distract from behind. This one here, when you look underneath the magnifying glass, you can see that this little, like the horseshoe shape there, is like a little tiny feathered pieces. And this one here, we can see what looks like a screw thread inside the rock there. And you can see the actual curvature of the plant there. Well, it's not a plant, sorry, it was a creature. It was a crinoid, little sea creature. This one, I don't know what this one is. This one's just got some lovely ridges in it, so I kept it just because I liked it. And then I've got these ones. These ones I think are my weird ones. I can't explain where the purple colour actually came from, but it looks to me like someone's deliberately blobbed the colouring on them. And this one even more so, because this one's actually got, I'll put the paper towel behind it, we've got a triangular shape there, and if we turn it over, it has a second one. And if you look very carefully, this has actually got some other sort of dye colour, and this one's got a square on it. And this one, what to me that just looks sort of like a fingerprint blob on that one. And then I've got other ones where the stone looks like it's almost like it's been dipped, like someone's held it and then dipped it, or maybe it was when they was actually creating the colours, the stones was like put inside a little pot maybe. This one's look is so cute. It's a little face stone. I just love that one. This one's one of my ultimate favourites. This one is, because when I found this one, I was like, oh, My Little Pony, because it just looked like a pony. But then I realised that if you have it pointing that way, so that the point points that way, it looks like England. And when you turn it over to the left, there's a mark on it that looks like Ireland. So this is my map stone. This is what I've named them. I don't know what they really are. This one, it looks like some kind of little plug. Like, do you know, like in a decanter jar, sort of like a little tiny lid of some sort. I mean, I really don't know. Like I said, I'm a complete amateur at this. But I wanted to be able to prove to the archaeologists and everybody else that I'm actually really, really serious. Because I was thinking, you know, I've explained in my other video about my code. If you've, let me just get my book. This is my book, The First Signs by Genevieve von Petzinger. I would absolutely love to meet her, because fabulous book. But she mentions things like these crosshatch lines in, this is like a pendant stone. And she mentions that these lines are in stones. And so I was looking at mine and I was like, well, are these the same sorts of things? Are these what animals did, or creatures, or nature? This one, this one has a hole all the way through it. So I've actually threaded a piece of ribbon through that one. Just so that, because I've actually got very similar stones, but with nothing inside it. No holes or anything. And then, so I was thinking educational wise, how did they teach education? And so stones like this one, I mean, this one just looks like a pencil when you look at it. And I'm going to use this stone because this is the stone, this is my practice stone. And if you actually, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the line that I've created on there? I'll do it a bit darker. You can see these are like chalk stones. And they just rub off. So I could imagine, because I've got quite a few of them with these little flat stones, and I've got them in different colours, and I could imagine like a little classroom and everybody having to write, because I've collected these stones that have got traces of, I think there's some kind of like sea creatures or whatever, but they just look like letters of the alphabet. So I saved those, and then I say I've got other ones that are just strange. They've got this strange purple colour on it. And I've been trying to work out where did the purple colour come from. And so when I found these purple stones, I was like, ha ha, I've found my purple. But I'm going to be, sorry, this is a bit gross, I'm going to lick my stone, but I'll lick the stone and then I'll rub it onto this stone. You can see that it does create a colour, but if I get my paper towel and I blob it on the paper towel, you can see it's red. It's actually, and if I leave it on there, on my stone as well, it actually stains the stone. So this is where the red colour has come from. This is creating, I mean, I always thought the red ochre stone was red. But then when I was looking at everything, they showed you sort of these brown powder colours, and I can't actually work out what this stone is. I don't know if it's a hematite stone or something, but it definitely creates red. But this is another one of my stones with this purple on it, and I've got, see, there's quite a few of them. And this one is some kind of little tiny footprint. I don't know, obviously some tiny creature left that footprint somewhere. This is another one with the purple on it. Now I don't know whether this is something to do with whether they've used these sorts of stones to create the red, but then as it's been left in the water, maybe that's turned it purple, because these are stones from, well, I say that they're stones from a stream because I found so much chalk in it. Then, because I have to be honest, the stones are actually stones that are decorative stones that they was in my garden when I moved in my property. And so because I've been doing all my research and my history stuff and everything, and it's like, and I was sitting there one day and I found a strange stone and I was like, oh, that looks like a tool. And so I started collecting them. And it's like this one here. This one, this one's got little tiny ridges all the way around the inside, like somebody's tried to chip out this powder stuff on the inside. So I've got that one. This one, I don't know what sort of stone that is, but all this inside stuff is like powdery and makes a mess, so I've left that to one side. This is one of my favourites because this one, it looks like it's got a little pea inside it. So that's my pea pod stone. And this one has got a trace fossil of some sort inside it. This is also this sort of, it's almost like a mud, I suppose. It's like set into a stone. And then I've got these ones which are full of little tiny holes, like maybe there was like I say, creatures living in the water once upon a time was attached to them. And then I've got this stone, which this stone, I thought that this stone was a pudding stone because of it's got the colours inside of it, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's very smooth on this one side. And then I've got these stones. These are like sandstones, but these have actually got the you can clearly tell that that's been rubbed into some kind of colour to create that. And then there's a bit where it's not got any colour. This is another one. This is perfect. Well, it's not smooth. It's like it's flat, like it's been rubbed and rubbed. But I can imagine this is how they was grinding things, whether it be plants or powder for their food. I've got these with all these little notches cut out of them. These ones mystify me. I was trying to work out because I thought, oh, no, maybe it's some kind of tool. Because some of them have still got this purple dye on it. Some of them have got like these scratch marks on them. Look like they've been sanded down to, maybe it was like a little axe or a hammer or something. But because this is one of the smallest ones I've got in my video, but because I've got some really, really teeny tiny ones, and it made me wonder whether it was to do with things like this, because this one, I don't know why. It's just, I've just got it in my mind that this one is perfect for making buttonholes with, because it's so sharp and it just fits. You know, it fits in your hand, and you can imagine that. Where's my other stone? If I use this stone and this stone together, and you put your fabric in between to be able to puncture your holes in it, because this one, I don't know if you see that, it's like gone indented, like it's been used, and it just, because of the black that's inside it, I don't know whether the black came from this. I really can't be sure of that. But say the little teeny tiny ones of this, maybe wonder if they use them for like for unpicking their stitching, because we know that they were sewing, definitely know they were sewing, and it's inside Genevieve's book. She mentioned some caves as well that show you that like 35,000 years ago that they had got coloured flax twine. So we know that they were sewing with flax at least, and so I was just trying to work out what all these tools are. I don't know. This one has actually even got a print like of some kind of, I just don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions. These things are all mystifying me. So I've got a selection of my stones just to show you that I understand how hard it is when you're sat there and you're sifting through all sorts of stuff to try and find little tiny things that you know that our ancestors was using. And these people, they work really, really hard. And I just wanted to share that. I mean, it's like this. It's so thin, and is it just a chipping off a stone, or is it actually, you know, because even if it is just a chipping off a stone, I still could imagine that our ancestors would have been able to use these, because they're just so beautiful. So I've kept them. I've got all sorts of different colours so that we can try and establish where these stones originated from, because like I said, there was actually, I mean, look at these little balls I've got. These balls, I think, I personally, because obviously they rolled, they would like, do you know, oh, what do you call that? A spirit level. Yeah, and you're just like, is my shelf straight or not? And does your little ball roll off? I mean, I don't know. This one's coloured with, I don't know, I don't know whether it's these. I mean, I haven't got many of these, to be fair, but because these have got, I mean, they're very strange stones, look, because it's really, really smooth on one side, and then they've got these lines in the other, and then you've got this one that's just perfectly smooth. It's got a little indent on the end, maybe something was there. And then I've got triangular shapes. This one reminds me of a tooth shape. I mean, I know it's not really, well, I don't think it's a tooth, but these are, so these, all these stones here, they create this red colour. So I just thought I'd share that with you. And also, I would also like to share that I actually did, out of my Stone Age tools, this is actually, it was a stick of a blackcurrant bush, and it just had the perfect little end on it. Look, I've put the paper towel behind it so you can see. Just looks like a little bird's head. And this one is actually lovely. I've sanded it all down with stones that I've got out of my collection. It is so smooth, and I can actually crochet with that. It's beautiful. And I've got this one here. Look, this is delicate. I've put the paper towel behind it. This is delicate pink stone. And then this one. This has got a square on it with a line around it, and then the same on the back, and also another red blob. But like I said, the red blob has come from these stones. So now I don't know whether that like nature happened and it just accidentally happened to touch that stone to create, because this one's got some red on it as well, look. Or whether these were deliberate. I really don't know. I can't answer those questions. But when they're like this, look, and they've got like what looks like a little cute face, you just can't help imagining that they were making little faces. So what I did is, because I couldn't find out where my stones came from, I actually went down to the local builder's place, and I bought some more. I bought a bag of stones that are stones that they say are from, these are supposedly from the beach. And inside those stones, I don't know if you can see that, you can see the edges of that. It's beautifully marked. And so I was like, oh, okay, I've got another one. I've got this one. He's just so cute. Look at him. This is my little happy face one, but he's also a pendant. So this is just a stunning little thing. And even if nature did make these markings inside this stone, I'm still quite sure our ancestors, just like me, would have been like, oh, that's just so cute. And this is just some crystal stuff that looks like a pendant shape. And then there's this one. And this one, I really don't know. This is probably, it's like, you know, your imagination takes you on those trips. But this one just looks to me like a cat or a mouse. It's got its little body and its head and little whiskers and little feet and a little tail. So I don't know. I mean, I've got other blobs and things on the back of it. But this, see, these, you can just go to, see, buying them from the local builder's yard. So it's made me think, because I did actually contact them to ask them, because it does say on their website, and I'm not telling you what company it is because I'm really not going to give them any advertising, but it does say on their website that all of their stones are resourced in the UK. So, oh, I have to show you this one, because this one also has this purple blobs on it. I know, there we go, look at this. Purple blobs. So I contacted the company and I asked them, it's like, can you tell me, like, you know, where in the UK are these stones from, please? But unfortunately, this one, unfortunately, they didn't answer me. They've ignored me. So this one is like, after looking on the internet of learning how to try and make a spoon in caveman days, this one to me looks like you could actually use this to sort of scoop out. Not necessarily wood, but you could scoop out something. So I thought that, I mean, it could just be just a chipping of a stone. I could be completely wrong. But I think that these things are worth looking at. So I just thought that I would share them. This is one of my, another one up with the purple where it's been dipped. So there you go. So to all the archaeologists who may have got the wrong end of the stick because I called your clay pit an oven, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, I just don't know these terms because, like I said, I'm an amateur. And so as an amateur collector, I do hope that you like my things. By the way, all of these are all chalk and have lots of these. And so this is why I think that my collection is showing education in the Stone Age day. Okay? Whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong or not, I like to believe that they were. Okay? So thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing. Bye for now.